Started with Anthony.
Coach, this is a really tough stretch. 2 games against 2 teams that are also looking to fight their way. Well, Miami's already in the playoffs, but with Philly looking to fight their way into the playoffs. Similar style with Philly to what you saw in DC. What are your thoughts on starting off with a win and be able to kick that momentum going?
Yeah, we know that we're in New York now, right? For the next period of the league, we're in New York. So 2 home games. Philadelphia is a rivalry. It's a team that have definitely improved from when we played them earlier on in the season in Philadelphia, and a team that are pushing to try and get above the line. So it's going to be a difficult game. We know that the New York-Philadelphia games are always difficult, but we're playing some good football at the minute. We are really hungry to get back to winning ways, hungry to play in front of our fans, and excited to put in a performance that pushes our league position and puts 3 points on the board.
Scott Schertzen, Stream Punk Soccer. Thanks for the time, Coach. Talk a little bit, the length of the season itself. Obviously, there's ebbs and flows, highs and lows, and all this kind of stuff. When it comes to a team like this, when you have a little bit of a challenge on that, what do you say to the guys in the locker room when they're going through a little bit of a more challenging patch in general?
No, I think it's really interesting because within our locker room, within the training facility, there isn't a feel like we're in a difficult period. Mm-hmm. We know that we're playing well in large parts of games. We were really good in the Columbus game. A difficult finish to the game against a really good side. We dominate the first half of the DC game, and we limit them to almost nothing apart from the penalty. So the feel of the team is that the win is right round the corner. We understand we've got to execute in both boxes, defend the game really well like we did against DC, and keep creating and be clinical in those moments. So the feel of the group is there's a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of excitement and a lot of hunger there. So just got to keep training well and prepare well to go into the Philadelphia game. I think we start this stretch with a win is a real springboard for us.
Coach, you lose Brooke Risa in warm-ups, lose essentially your center back sub. How does your mindset change about defensive tactics when you go into that second half, knowing that now you've already kind of pre-game already made that quote-unquote sub?
No, I've said it previously. The build of this roster has got a lot of balance and a lot of versatility into it. So it's really disappointing to lose Bert Risa, but it is what it is, right? It's part of the game. Injury. It was unfortunate in the warm-up. I think Strahinja Tanaslievich has shown incredible professionalism twice now. We lost Thiago Martins in the home San Jose game. We lose Bert Risa in this one. 5 minutes to get prepared and get in the team, and he played excellent in both games. I have Justin Hack on the bench that can easily slide into central defence and would be the option there if I'd have lost Tane or I'd have lost Thiago Martins in that game. I have no problem with putting Justin in at centre half. He went in the Tigres game. He's good on the ball. He competes really well. He would be the next guy up.
One more, Coach, if you don't mind. Right now, Alonso Martinez and Santi are responsible for 20 of the 41 goals you've got this season. It's been a nice surprise. It's been a nice, watching that tandem. What is it like seeing the two of those guys together on the pitch to have that kind of a tandem going on?
Yeah, I think, if you want to be in top 4 positions, you're going to have high performers in the offensive part of the field. Santi is a DP for us and has delivered at a real high level this year, and has an opportunity to really solidify his numbers. Another goal at the weekend. Alonso chances. I think his goal is onside in the game against DC. It's 44 minutes. It's a really important moment, and I've looked back at it. He should be given a goal. I think his red card on him as well in the other moment that he gets in. So he is really causing problems for Team Alonso. I said post-match about, for us to really convert these ties into wins and losses on the roads into wins, we're going to have to continue to improve, and that is adding goals from all over the park. We have 2 number 9s that we really want to turn into clinical strikers. Agustin Ojeda, Julian Fernandez, Malachi Jones when he's in. Andres Pereira's come back, gets in the box really well. So if these guys can start to add goals, it's going to really help our team to win more football games.
To follow up on what you just asked on Martinez, is there, knowing that you have Bakrar on the bench and Mijatovic as well, are you asking him to just go all out for as long as he can, and then you're going to make a change, as opposed to possibly pacing himself a little bit to go 90 minutes, because he's only played over 80 minutes 3 times this year. He hasn't finished a game yet. So what's the way that you're working with him as far as that's concerned?
No, I ask every one of our players to go all out for as long as they can. For us, our game is high intensity. Our game is about get on the front foot, go and attack teams, press them high, turn the ball over, counter press really aggressively, play with a high tempo, attack spaces. Alonso is in that period of his career where he's developing into a real top number 9, right? This time last year, he was just out of pre-season in Belgium and wasn't getting in our team. He's worked incredibly hard, and the next stage is to be a goal threat for 95 minutes. But I have right on the shoulder Munsef Bakra and Jovan Mijatovic that want game time, that want opportunity, that are really hungry to score goals. So, there will be moments where Alonso will continue right the way through, but I think to bring a Jovan or a Munsef off the bench will cause opposition. Fresh will cause opposition real problems.
You go back to Yankee Stadium now. You have a 5-2 record there so far this year. I mean, it's really home. How do you, going into these two really not only important games, obviously, but also against two very good rivals, what's the mentality of the team, and what's if you don't get 6 points out of this, and I know it's against two really top teams, what's the feeling right now?
Well, the feeling right now, before the game, the feeling right now is we're really excited to go play in front of our fans, that we play to win in front of our fans, and we play to get them on, behind us. When we get fans in the stadium, when we play our football, when we create chances and score goals, the atmosphere in Yankee Stadium is incredible, and we have an opportunity starting on Wednesday against Philadelphia to have another game where we get the crowd right behind us against a difficult opponent. But if we play with intensity and we play with ambition and we play, with our attacking style, the fans will be right behind us. And we know everybody that we play in this league are difficult, but when we're on our day, and we have the fans behind us, it's a good occasion. So we're excited for the game.
You've been ahead, I think it's the last 4 games, you've gotten the first goal, but you haven't been able to get a win yet. As far as that's concerned, what does the team really have to do to be able to come out with 3 points coming up? I know that it's easier said than done, right?
No, but listen, this time last year I was sitting here thinking we weren't creating a lot and we weren't really, playing with a high intensity, and we needed to attack teams more. I think the fact we've gone up on the road consistently is because we've developed a real offensive attacking mentality in our team. Now, there is moments on the road and there is moments in MLS where the opposition are the teams are so even that the opposition are going to bring the game back to you. They're going to put you under pressure, and we have to absorb those moments. We have to be able to defend games. The penalty is disappointing, but we learn from it. We limited the league's best striker to almost nothing, which is a huge positive after giving up, silly goals against Columbus. So this team is improving. We know that the inconsistency we have to iron out, and it's a great opportunity now in New York to iron out that consistency and become consistent. And we have 2 games in our home stadium now. That is a great opportunity for us to solidify league position.
Last one for me. Kevin O'Toole came out hurt. Afterwards, you said it was a hamstring, I believe, that tightened up on him. How is he doing, and what's the rest of the health of the squad?
Yeah, the health of the squad is good. I was really pleased with Andres Pereira coming in, and he was really dynamic, got in the box a lot, defended our box well. So he's really progressing. He's fully fit now. Kevin went out with hamstring cramps, so there's no injury there. I think it is in a game that was quite high intensity. I think it is natural after having 2 hamstring problems that you're going to have these little bumps in the road. For us, it's about not taking chances, so we took him out, but he's fully fit. Everybody's right. Bert Reeser is being assessed. He's not completely out the game, but he didn't train today, so we'll see how he goes tonight after the treatment that he's had, and we'll get the players back on the training pitch tomorrow.
Thank you.
Onto the Zoom, Chris.
Hey, Coach. Rick Young from the outside. You mentioned teamwork and consistency in several matches lately. Dropping points in the second half. You also have the youngest team in the league. How much does youth, you think, play into some of that inconsistency that you've seen in the last few matches? And I guess, relatedly, how much does that youth also provide opportunity for the team to improve?
Well, I think ultimately the opportunity for the team to improve is, we've seen it, right? My opinion is we're up there with probably one of the most improved teams in MLS. I think Colorado in the West, I think LA Galaxy in the West have shown their, a complete difference in league position. Our position this year and what we're aiming for is completely different to last year, and that's because these young players have shown an incredible bravery, an incredible hunger, and an incredible dedication to improving this team, the culture, the style, the ability to execute results. Now, the inconsistency is frustrating, and I've said before, progress is disheartening, right? Progress is demotivating at times, because you can be 2-2 with the champions playing really well and lose. You can be 2-0 up against Chicago and draw. But we can play the football that we played in DC in the first half, and we can, be a real top team. We've just got to focus on the good parts and making sure that we stick to those and executing all the good things that we've done. But we have to tighten up at times, and we have to, make sure that we focus on improving in the areas that are going to help us turn the ties into wins and the losses into ties, because points on the board are the most important part of anything at this stage of the season.
Michael?
Hey, Nick, Mike Gander from Blue City Radio. It sounds like the way you're talking, overall, if you look at the season, you feel very confident and happy with the defense. Yes, I think you would agree they could do better at moments, but it seems like the loss of points is, from your perspective, is coming out from not being able to score more than defend better. You have two very different opponents coming on up this week, and I feel confident that the team could do well to score more goals against Philly, but Miami would be a different, different dynamic, a different opponent. How do you approach those two games?
Well, I think we approach it. I will approach both games the same way, in the sense of our style, focus on us. We know the opponents are fairly different. Now, I don't think it's about scoring more goals or conceding less. I think the inconsistency comes from, we've created a lot of chances, and we're vastly improved from last year in the sense of chances created, expected goals, and goals scored. But also, you score 2 at home and you should win. You score 2 away and you should at least tie. So it is both parts of our game. It is ultimately the points are won and lost in both boxes, and we have to improve in both. But we're a team that's improved, much improved on last season. But we're not at the end yet. We've got 5 games now. Philadelphia is going to be a difficult game, because they are a physical team, a team that likes to go direct, a team that likes to play in transition, and that is our focus. Of course, we have Miami in 7 days post Philly, but for us it's about concentrate on the next game, concentrate on the next moment, and make sure that we get 3 points on Wednesday.
Great. Thank you, everybody.